Alright, here's a turbo from a 2013 Hyundai Genesis 2.0 engine, and this engine is no good. It suffered from a lack of oil and it seized up, and this turbo was bad before all of that happened. After inspecting the car before it had its incident with the customer, I noticed that this turbo had a lot of not only lateral but vertical play as well. I'm not sure if you can see it here. See, these fins have begun to wear into this heat shield right here, and you can tell that's how much in and out play it has. End shaft play. This is the turbine housing side right here, the turbine wheel right there. And what I was able to check was in here. And I could feel it going in and out as well from inside there when I did my initial inspection. Now you might ask, what is the root cause for this problem? Well, the root cause in this case was a blocked oil inlet. If you see in there, it's full of carbon. When I pulled out the banjo bolt, it was clogged up full of carbon. And you can tell that the bearings are definitely shot in this turbo. So yeah, that's what happens if you don't change your oil regularly. Preferably use synthetic on a car with a turbocharger. And here is that banjo bolt. You can tell there's very little, if any, oil getting through there. So that's completely clogged up. And here's the fitting. Focus. Well, it doesn't want to focus, but it's full of carbon in there as well. So there's the engine. There's the car. This has, I think, 87,000 miles on it, this engine. Not much to see in there. That's the exhaust housing. So yeah, that's basically it. And you know, if your turbo gets too hot, it will add to the effect of coking up the oil inlet passage. So yeah, keep it well lubricated, keep your EGTs down, don't overboost your turbo, and it should live a long life. I'm going to be swapping this engine for this one here out of a 2010. It's a 2.0T. It had a manual transmission. Its turbo was good. I already checked this one. You can tell inside it's nice and clean. There's normal end shaft play. There's no in and out play, which is what you want to see. Needs to be cleaned before installed, but I've already swapped over the accessories. Some of these pulleys were better on the old engine than this new one. AC compressor alternator was swapped over. Water pump, because the other vehicle was in an accident and it had bent up this entire water pump pulley in the shaft inside of the water pump, as well as broke a little cooling pass-through bracket up here that also supports another accessory. Forget what went up there. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so that's what's going in there. Hope somebody learned something from watching this. Poor turbo. It should be rebuildable. It may need to get a new turbine wheel here, because it does look like it was gouged into from that exhaust shield. You see how it's either designed that way or it's gouged into it. I'm gonna have to look at some stock photos of this thing and see if that's an issue or if that just needs bearings, but it should be rebuildable. The housings don't have any markings on them where it's been rubbing or anything. It wasn't quite that bad, but it was definitely getting there. So, don't know if we'll be able to use this again, but the new engine has a turbo on it. It's a smaller turbo, but, you know, deal with what we have. It'll work for now. Anyways, thanks for watching.